The thing is, now I leave you open. If you have questions for Arvind sir, as well as for Dr. Sethi, please let us know. Raise your, you can just speak, and the corporates, faculty members, as well as dear students, everybody is welcome. So can I have some questions, please? Come on, what's wrong?
Finally.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Orko Sengupta. I'm in third sem of MBA. My question is for both the people on the dais. Anyone can answer, whoever wants to. There's a lot of emphasis students to pay a lot of attention to theoretical part. My question is, the theory part is implemented at some point of time in the future when we'll be joining the company. But according to you, how important is the theoretical part in the companies? Because what we listen is that the academia emphasizes more on theory and the companies emphasize more on the practical implications. So how much do you think the theory goes? Because many of the things that we learn really we do not find a link when we go to the company. So do you think that whatever we are learning theoretically is implemented like in the organizations once we finally join it?
Fine, well taken.
Let my senior answer it first and then I'll give my perspective.
So would you like all the questions to come first and then you would answer, or you'll answer them one by one? Okay.
Mr. Sengupta, what exactly your question is? Are the theories important, or are the theories being meaningfully implemented in the organizations?
What I'm trying to say is that we learn a lot of theoretical things. How much of it is really implemented when we go to the organization? Because there is sort of classes, like whatever we are learning, each and everything really implemented.
Okay. Okay, I'm sure Dr. Sethi will join in, and you have his view, who is a man from real life organization. I'm from academia. When you talk of practical applicability or implication of theories in organizations, you must keep in mind the types of organizations and the socio-temporal specifics, as we call them in our jargon. In what society, at what time point, in what kind of organization. Just to stretch the imagination, I would like to take an example from simple thing like food or snacks. There are societies that prefer to have popcorns, and there are societies that prefer to have samosas anytime more than popcorns. Okay. Now, if you are good at the theory of cooking, that is, if you are a chef, not just a halwai or a pansari or a wayside thelawala, then as and when need arises and as and when society progresses and as and when time changes, you can apply the theory of cooking or chef food to either popcorn or samosa or Chinese or whatever, the Thai food. But if you have learned just one practical application in the popcorn, when the time changes, the necessity changes, the customers change, technical requirements change, then you are at a loss. So learning theories and to keep learning them is a good thing. I mean, if you are a classical singer, you can sing both classical as well as pop when time comes. For instance, take people like Asha Bhosle On the other hand, Daler Mehdi perhaps can sing only one kind of music. So that's the difference. I hand over to my friend.
So I'll say something a little provocative. My middle name is provocative. So I take your, I'll use your own lingo. I take your fundas for granted. If you don't have your fundas straight, I don't want to know you. At the same time, I don't want somebody who can regurgitate theories du jour, right? In management especially, I'm an engineer, but I'm also, I've built new businesses and served existing businesses as well. So I'll take it upon myself to, be an iconoclast and challenge purist management thinkers. There's a theory every day, virtually every day, to fit whatever phenomenon you observe. I would like to see somebody bring the true rigor of scientific thought to those theories and actually test them out and prove to me. It's much harder to do this in management sciences, by the way, than in engineering or in physics. I want somebody who can actually take those tools, for instance. I'm distinguishing between theories and tools. I'm assuming you can do a market analysis. I'm assuming you can do a comparative analysis. I'm assuming you know how to do, optimization techniques, operations research. All that stuff is a given. I want to see what distinguishes you. I'll throw you into what I would encourage students to do. Do you do this here? Intensive internships. Find out what reality is, right? And it's excellent if you're doing it. That is what is going to help you in understanding how to apply those theories. As I said again, pardon me. I am a PhD, but at the same time, I don't subscribe that much to theory. I want critical thinking. I want somebody who's going to come in and question assumptions. Assumptions, surface the assumptions. In theories, you make assumptions. Question them.
We can take one or two more questions if you have. You have a question?
Good. Finally, now I'm seeing 3 hands, 4 hands. Good.
Can we have one from the corporate? We have lots of corporate guests here. Do they have to say something?
Don't worry, we'll come to you too. All 5 of you.
Okay, Dr. Sethi, this is Unmesh. I just wanted to understand, we were talking about something very similar to what the Blue Ocean strategy is all about. You are creating a total new segment, you are creating a total new market. And in fact, it is very much evident in India, in every sphere of life.
Okay.
Just wanted to know your inputs. What is the time span? What is the lifespan of any of these disruptive changes which you make for a product? For example, something like, we're talking about a digital camera, What I foresee and what I see is that they are already hitting the peak in their PLC, right? So probably 1 year down the line, digital camera won't be selling as like a hotcake as it is selling now. So what is the normal PLC for a disruptive innovation?
The very nature of a disruptive innovation is that you cannot define that time span, right? It's unexpected. That's what I meant by change. It's unpredictable. So if you're thinking of doing something like that today, it's already passé. You'll find that when people are working on new products, they've been working on it for 3 years, 4 years already. What's available in the market today is dated. Please put your... No. Not at all, not at all. You pay the bills here. So the question, just for your benefit, the question was, is there a typical life cycle for a disruptive technology? The word disruptive and the word typical constitute an oxymoron. As I said, management and innovation actually are not an oxymoron, but typical and disruptive are an oxymoron in my lexicon. At the same time, disruptive products don't immediately disappear. iTunes is going leaps and bounds, right? Do you see an end to it? I don't see an end to it. It's just going to become more and more of that. Download on demand, right? DVDs are going to disappear. Netflix is already streaming video to everybody. And in fact, they will not be streaming it through your PS3. They will be streaming it directly to your wireless-equipped Samsung TV. You know, that's the fun of working in these technologies. I tell you, it's an adrenaline high, right? It's not an adrenaline high when you get laid off, but it is an adrenaline high when you're innovating and creating new products. Then those products die; they disappear, and a lot of companies don't know how to handle that. It's really the failure of the technology that they cannot handle. Anyway, I think we should take the questions from the students. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Kulwant Singh. My question is towards Sanjay, sir.
Yep.
Sir, you talked about strategic innovation. Some of the top companies in India have this culture of innovation, but the majority of the middle and the low-level companies actually don't have this culture. So what's your advice? How can this culture be actually built up in those companies?
It's about the people. When you go there and start working there, and you have to become, you have to do it carefully. You have to be alive to, as I think Professor Sinha alluded to, these, it's a big word for me, but it's a socio-temporal ethos, right, of that company. Don't go in there like a bull in a china shop, right? Oh, I'm going to show you how to do things. No. But at the same time, you have to be a change agent. That is what I pride myself on, that I'll go in, I'll figure out what it is that they're doing well, what it is that they're not doing so well, what it is that they could do which would bring them the returns. Find a champion, find a mentor. For you guys, it's a mentor. You have to find a mentor. Somebody who's going to help you. And start showing them the value, right? Go off and do a market study on your own. Show them. And you'll find that you'll be one of those top executives very soon.
I'm Dapinder Deep Singh from MBA General first semester. I'm just continuing from the question he left. I'm actually a biomedical engineer, and innovation is quite
Very good.
Quite a sensitive topic to me. And I just want to say that what the companies are looking in freshers, are they looking for the spark? And adding to that, or they are looking to mold the people into their mold? So I would like to have your views on that.
Okay. So the thing is that I don't work for an Indian company, so I can't speak for an Indian company. And at the same time, there are American companies like an IBM, and there are also American companies like a Google. So it really is a vast spectrum. And you have to find your cultural fit. Within the same organization, I'll tell you, for example, right? When I graduated with my PhD, my one and only one interview that I had was with IBM. I went to Yorktown Heights. It was a 2-day-long interview. So the first day, the first half, I presented my thesis and had a ton of questions. And then the remaining 1.5 days, I was interviewed by the finest minds in the world, right? The questions that they would ask me had nothing to do with existing theory, applications. They would typically ask me about their research. And research by its very nature, they don't know what they're doing. So they were looking for that creativity. They were looking for that mind. I've also subsequently interviewed with other companies in the United States. I won't name those companies, but some of those companies asked me not a single technical question. So you have to find your own path, and you have to find out what you do well. Are you challenged? Are you stimulated? Or do you want to, be a corporate player?
So I'm Himanshu Agarwal from MBA Journal first semester. So in your slide you mentioned that second mouse gets the cheese and the first mouse...
Actually, I didn't say it in the slide, but I said it speaking to the slide. Yes.
It's speaking to the slide.
Sir, but we always talk about the first mover advantage. So,
Yeah.
by this statement, would you like to say that
See, I told you,
we should let our competitors work and we should work on them?
No, what I would actually say is I'm glad somebody picked up on that provocation. I was deliberately needling to get a response. You should be the first mouse and the second mouse. Don't let your competitor become first mouse. There's a chance that the first mouse might escape with a bruise, right? So you eat your own lunch. You create the product, you go float your trial balloons, you fail. You figure out what's wrong with it. You're not serving a need. What's the real need? And then go do it quickly before anybody tumbles to it. More?
Good afternoon. I would like to thank our founder, sir, for joining us. And my question is for Sinha, sir. Sir, as a student of first year MBA General, how can we create our case studies for summer internships, for our summer internships, sir?
I'm sorry, young lady, I don't have a direct answer to your question because I am not familiar with your requirements. So I think Dr. Sanjay Srivastava will be the best person to reply to that. Otherwise, if you wish to go into the technicalities of preparation of cases, there cannot be one sentence or two sentence answer to it. You have to go through a rigorous training or at least self-training for some time before you can mold and adapt your case for your summer internship. But that would, certainly require more specific information.
The case studies, sir. Create the case studies.
Vary quite a bit. I don't have one sentence answer to that.
Okay.
I'm sorry
Thank you
about
so
that.
much, sir.
I don't want to mislead you. I'm just being honest.
Thank you so much, sir.
If you look at our summer internship program and dissertation, it is designed in such a manner that after completing our internship or dissertation, it may be converted in the form of a case study or in the form of a research paper. Thank you.
There's also a question from this gentleman here, that girl, and that gentleman there.
A very good afternoon to you, sir. So I wanted to ask a very simple question.
Sorry.
No problem, sir. So we all say that, we should be innovative and all. So sometimes innovation also fails.
Innovation always fails.
That's what. So if the innovation fails, the person behind that idea, so is the company right in sending that person down or sacking that person?
That's actually something that I alluded to, right? Being that change agent is fraught with risk. You have to have that corporate culture. That's one of the reasons why I said you actually have to rewire that organizational DNA. Most organizations, and really most, don't encourage that. Even a startup, you'll find that there's a pet idea or a pet project that the founders of that startup have. You go in, you challenge that idea, you might find yourself on the road in 5 minutes. It does happen all the time. Backing the right horse is risky. But I also pointed out what happens if you don't innovate. You die. Today, IBM does not make, the laptop that I just used, a Chinese company owns IBM's, we call it an IBM PC still, right? Does IBM PC business exist today? No. So if you don't innovate, you're dead. Guaranteed. If you innovate, you may or may not die.